Well, welcome everybody to the N Word for Nerd podcast. I figured, man, we should talk about just Jedi in particular. I know Jason knows and he gets on me because I'm hard on the Jedi, especially Yoda.
They're good
but I
people.
said, let's talk about our top 3 personal Jedis. Like, who do we think is just above the clip because we just enjoy, not because maybe they're the best fighter or the best with the Force, but we just enjoy their characterization on screen. So we decided to make our list of our top 3 Jedi, and let's go ahead and start with you, Jason. Who was your number 3 on your list of Jedi?
Right, you're going to be mad at me, but
okay.
I had to put him at number 3. It's Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Yeah, we're going to end the show here. Thank you guys for watching the N Word for Nerd podcast. It was great while it lasted, guys. I don't know what to say. I feel like we should all go our separate ways from going here on out, because if you can't have a black show and the blackest black Jedi is okay. All right, sorry. Let's hear the rest of the list before we doubt it. Why is he number 3 for you, Jason?
Because he's the blackest Jedi. He's got purple drink as his lightsaber. Look, it wasn't until you saw Mace Windu that you're like, oh shit, Jedi can be black. At least for me. I mean, that came out in 1999. I was like, that's Sam Jackson over there. But he didn't say, does Mace Windu had to choke a motherfucker out? He never said that. So, that's why he's lower on the list. If they let Sam Jackson be more Sam Jackson in those movies, he'd be a little bit higher. Also, everybody doesn't know this, but Mace Windu officially he beat Palpatine. He won that fight. Only reason
he did.
This is canon. He beat him. He found a way to get to his shadow point, and he legit beat Palpatine. All you fucking Sith people out there who don't think he beat him, no, he beat his ass. All right, that's all I got.
That's just another example of how the black man did something successful, and the white man. I mean, people try to take it away from him. I'm leaving people, not just the white man. Wade,
cut his hand right off.
Wade, who is your number 3 Jedi? Or your top 3 Jedi?
So I would say number 1 would be Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh, you just jumped to the number 1. We were going to number 3. Okay, well, we know you're number 1 now. Qui-Gon Jinn. Why is he your number 1?
Because above all the Jedi, right? Qui-Gon is more of, even though he's very knowledgeable, he's still a learner, you know. I feel like Yoda was pretty much more dogmatic, but like Qui-Gon was pretty much more like open. He was pretty much like open to the fact that, you know, I know Anakin is the chosen one, even though he's probably gonna make a bad decision. You know, I trust in the Force enough to know that he's gonna bring balance. And like Yoda is kind of like, you know, he just kind of remind me of like that old dogmatic person that's like, no, I don't trust this man. And Qui-Gon is more like, no, man, if you trust the Force, it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I kind of respect how he
genocide beforehand.
but I just really kind of like the fact that Qui-Gon is more open. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he is the one that showed them how to manifest life after death. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, he was more open to learn as opposed to like he knew everything.
Also, I think Qui-Gon would be the only Jedi he would offer you a joint.
Yeah.
And we're like, let's smoke this.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
And then
yeah. Hold on, we'll go around. Here's the better question though: would Qui-Gon offer you a death stick?
They're death sticks. Why is it like who's doing that? Like, why is that a thing? Here's a death stick. It's guaranteed to kill you.
Hey, people do meth, bro, and we don't understand that either. Going to my number 3. My number 3 Jedi of all time is kind of a half cheat code, but I'm gonna call it. It's a Asoka Tano, man. I think.
Oh man.
Nice.
She's dope, man. She's dope, and I do dig the fact that she left the Jedi Order, but she still lives, I think, in the purest way of how the light side should work. And I think that's a really dope thought about it. I know how Jason rebels against gray Jedi, so I will not invoke that term. Again, I just said I'm not going to invoke that term. But if you ever were to terminologically call somebody a gray Jedi, I think she would be. Well, actually, I think Mace Windu would be the closest. But anyway,
Mace Windu would be the closest to a great Jedi because there's no
he
such
uses
thing.
the dark side and his fight side. But yes, there's no such thing. That is my number 3, Ahsoka Tano. Snips, Jason. What is your number? Who's your number 2?
Ahsoka fucking Tano. She is as you said, she is probably the most balanced Jedi ever. Well, second most balanced Jedi ever.
Yeah.
She understands the weight of the Force and also understands that just because she knows the Force doesn't mean she has to be a Jedi, right?
Right.
So she knows, unlike Anakin, she's like, I can walk away from this if I so choose to, which is why the Jedi are superior to the Sith in every other way. Because, like, you can leave. They're like, you don't have to stay here. Like, you can go anytime y'all want. But also, let's not also negate the fact that she's played by Rosario Dawson, that lady's So
facts, 100%. Also, I think it's a hidden thing that I personally, and this is my headcanon, and I can extrapolate things all the time. So we watched The Mandalorian and we watched Boba Fett, and that part where Luke's there training Grogu, and Ahsoka's there. I feel like those are the first seeds of why Luke becomes what he is in The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
I think that moment are the first seeds of like him understanding that, because that's his whole rhetoric in The Last Jedi. The Force isn't good or bad; it's the users. Like, and anytime one side of the Force rises up, the other side's going to meet it because it needs balance. I feel like Ahsoka's influence in those early stages with Luke was probably why I think he went the route he eventually does go in The Last Jedi, when he finally is like, fucking, I'm over it. Like, but that's just my personal headcanon. We'll see when she gets her series, if that's anything true with some interaction with her and Luke. Yeah. And I think it's gross that Jason thinks there was some sexual chemistry there.
Oh, she boned him. They boned. They're pretty much brother and sister. They're two different species. They boned, all right? They didn't even grow up together. They boned.
Anakin was like her father.
Anakin was like her older brother at best. And they're two different, like her older adoptive stepbrother, okay? Even that. Like, oh, we adopted this kid, and that's my stepbrother still.
Like, so it's like Game of Thrones. He's banging his aunt then.
His adoptive step aunt, yes.
All right, as we went on to attack him, wait, who is your number 2 Jedi of all time?
It would be Yaddle.
Yaddle.
Yeah. He
Not
said
Yoda.
You heard him.
Yaddle.
Yeah, he
said
that. He ain't stutter.
But let me say this: like Yaddle actually was a really strong Force user, and like what I like about her, again, you see Yoda's other side, like I don't know if you all read the comics.
Yeah,
but like there was one of the comics where like when Yaddle first joined the High Council, Yoda did not really want her to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the one black guy in the group, like another black guy can't join. Like, who the fuck?
And it's like, but it's like, but see what I like about her, like she was a very dangerous warrior, but she was very peaceful. You know what I'm saying? That's what I liked about her. I love a person with power that's humble.
Also with Yaddle, she was a lot younger when she joined the council versus Yoda. She was like 200 years old when she got on the council, because she spent like 100 years as a prisoner just studying the Force.
Yeah.
So she like, no wonder Yoda didn't want her. She's like, oh, now not only is there's another black dude, but he's cooler than me too. Man, fuck this dude.
but see, that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Yoda, but like Yoda was he's very dogmatic. Like she too old. I don't know. She too old. It's kind of like
100 years, you be set your ways too.
So are you trying to say that Yoda is like Clarence Thomas? Is that that's what I'm hearing? Dogmatic.
I think this is
one of the black guy. Did one of the black guy on the council? I feel like we're saying Yoda's Clarence Thomas. I mean,
honestly, he's very conservative.
Yep.
He definitely probably is, a little bit racist. Yeah. Yoda's Clarence Thomas. If the Jedi Council was the Supreme Court, Yoda would be Clarence Thomas. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is.
Yeah, But again, that's what I'm saying. Like Yoda, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a force to be reckoned with, but like he just was just too dogmatic, about a lot of stuff. And he seemed like the one Jedi that, like, if he was wrong about something, he'd just be wrong about it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucked up tonight.
I'm gonna jump into my number two. My number two is probably the greatest Jedi to ever have the high ground. Yes, Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Your boy,
like,
Obi-Wan.
Hey, look, man. I was a fan of Obi-Wan when it was Ben, and it was Alec Guinness, and it was like, dude, this old dude's cool as shit, bro. He hanging out in this cave. Like, he's just a baller like that. And then, we get the him and Vader fight in New Hope, where it was like, you strike me down, I'll become stronger than you ever imagined. And Vader was like, man, fuck this shit. And he was like, but the best part of it is like how Vader like checks the sheets. Like he steps on him like, oh, where does Joker go?
I guess he did.
Yeah.
I'll take this lightsaber. But no, Obi-Wan's the man, and I think the prequels, the person that gets the best redemption in the prequels is Obi-Wan. I mean, he wasn't a bad character in the original series, but he did only have New Hope. Right. He just had New Hope because Alec Guinness was like, I don't want to do the space lasers crap. So when you get to the prequels, like Obi-Wan is just the man, and then later on you realize that his style of lightsaber dueling is defensive, and it pretty much is rumored that he has like an unpenetrable defense when he's at his mastery. And I think that is something to be said of like if you really want to talk about a Jedi way, a guy that isn't a attack, go after you, but a guy that's just like, nah, I'm basically going to let you wear yourself out and then finish you that way. And then let's not forget the homeboy is. I mean, he don't give a fuck about using a blaster on you if he got to. Like, ask General Grievous how it would feel to get that pop to the chest. Like, do what he got to do.
Obi-Wan's not beyond the drive-by if he needs to.
Right.
He gets the work done.
And I mean, shit, especially when we start talking about this series, we're going to have some real conversations about Obi-Wan and fighting. But just the fact that also, and like you said, Qui-Gon's probably the only one that will probably pass you a joint. Obi-Wan's probably like the only one that we physically see that's like, I'll have a beer. I'll have a drink at the bar. Fuck it. Like, let's go handle it.
Let's also be honest about Obi-Wan. As soon as Yoda told him that the Jedi Order was over, he was out there slaying. He was all like, "Oh, I can fuck now. Let's get it." That's why this should have been. That's why Rey should have been Obi-Wan's kid because he probably had 15 kids all over the galaxy at least.
But you want to know something. But you want to know something funny? Like, go back to like when Yoda tells Obi-Wan, this city is you're not strong enough to face him, right? But then you think about it. Obi-Wan goes to Anakin, right? Obi-Wan pretty much whooped Anakin, but Yoda pretty much had to flee his battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh, I'm a Yoda hater. I'm the number one Yoda hater, so you ain't got to appreciate me. But also, I think it's some dope things about Obi-Wan's character that I always loved and admired. I think that's what drew me to me, especially from the prequels. Like, we joke about the high ground thing with the him and Anakin fight, but you do realize, like, that's something he learned when he fought Darth Maul. And Darth Maul had the high ground on him, and he used the only move that you could do to get over that. So when Anakin tried the exact same move, he knew how to cut it. And then the last point is, I know I give a lot of heat to Yoda about the turning of Anakin and not training him, but let's not forget that Obi-Wan did love a woman that he could not be with and always denied his urges to be with that woman. That woman got slaughtered and got killed. And so I thought it was always fitting that when he found out that Anakin and Padme, he kind of just let it be. Like almost to say, like, I lost the love of my life because I didn't make a move and I should have. I'm not going to interfere in yours and be a snitch because I wish I would have probably took the advantages. I think again, I know it's just head canon.
First day.
right. And I know and that's just my head canon. And I don't know if anybody talks about that, but my head canon is like, yes, he pretty much was like, nah, Shawty, like go ahead and get with your girl because I wish I would have done the same thing because I lost the love of my life. And I think
because as a Jedi, you can move.
Right. Yes. I mean, I think even in the Clone Wars, he says if she would have said the word, he would have left the quarter and been with her. Yeah, so.
And going back to the high ground thing, also with Obi-Wan, he knew that Anakin would have been overconfident. So he probably baited him. It's like, yo, Anakin, I got the high ground, knowing by saying that, hey, Anakin, I got you beat, Anakin's going to rush in and try to attack him. And he baited him in.
Jason,
So
you don't know my power. That's
yeah. No, Anakin. I've known you since you were like 8. I know your power, baby. I'm there. I'm like the only one that knows. I mean, Padme knows your power for like 3 minutes, but
oh, he didn't force push that one.
Oh, baby, I thought you knew how to use the Force.
Jason, who is your number one Jedi of all time for you?
This is why you're gonna get mad at me, because my number one Jedi is Kanan Jarrus.
That's a great choice. Choice.
Because he is the epitome of what the Jedi could have been if they had tried to evolve. Not only is he a competent Force user and competent in the ways of the Force and believing in the Force and all that other good stuff, he's also able to have attachments and still keep his shit together. Right? Unlike your boy Anakin, who's like, I love my girlfriend so much, I gotta, kill kids for her. I don't know. Like, he had a family. Like, he had people that he cared about that he was willing to protect, but also at the same time, he knew that he also, couldn't be fully attached to them because of the Force, and he knows that it would lead him to the dark side. But he had a wife and kids. I mean, his kids were like not his kids. He's canonically the only Jedi that fucks. True. Next to Anakin, obviously we know Anakin fucks because he has kids. But Kanan Jarrus, I believe, is the Dave Filoni's way of saying that the old expanded universe Jedi way of working would have been the way to go down the road because of that ability to have that actual balance, not only in the Force, but in your life as well. Of having the complete to be able to love people, but also still be a competent Jedi that doesn't, decide to commit genocide just because, your heart got broken.
Look, man, the way Kanan went out to, fucking epic. Epic. Oh my God. Rebels.
And he can fight blind. Come on, who else can fight blind?
Yes. Oh, well, no, we don't know about the Jedi, but we need to have the Joker from Rogue One, your favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Whooping people.
But he wasn't using I guess he kind of was using the Force in a limited capacity. But
Right. Also, wait, did you hear the episode where Jason said that Rogue One is his favorite Star Wars movie of all time?
I didn't see that one
Star Wars movie.
Please, from now on, disrespect him and all of his opinions. All right, wait.
This is the most objective opinion of all time that Rogue One is the best one. I'm not even doing anything wrong. That's just objectively right.
Wait, what is your number 3 Jedi of all time?
I got to say, I agree with this. Mace Windu is number 3.
Wow.
See? Look, just because he's black doesn't mean he gets automatically on the list. He just doesn't get automatically placed high. All right.
Well, no, because I agree with what you said. Like, what I like about Mace Windu, like when he went at Palpatine, like, I mean, he was handling his business until Anakin cut his hand off. You know what I'm saying? He like don't let him kill me. So like Mason Windu could have just took him out hands on.
Also, let's talk about Mace Windu's confidence here. Like Mace Windu, like Anakin came up to him and was like, "Oh yeah, the Palpatine's a Sith," and Mace was like, "Oh yeah, these 5 guys, that's enough. Let's go."
Right. You and you. What we're about to do? We're going to run down on them.
It's the 5 guys that were standing there at the time were the guys that he picked. He could have picked an army of motherfucking Jedi, but they were like, he's like, no, we got this. You. Anakin, you stay here because you kind of a little bitch, but I got this. Like, but
like Mason Windu, like he didn't hesitate, like he was handling his business, like Palpatine was really getting whooped, to be honest. I mean, Yoda wasn't even handling the man like that.
Yeah, Yoda didn't handle the man like that. No, you're right. Yeah, because Yoda got beat by him.
Yeah, Mace Windu was like, "I'll take all you guys." Little did we know, one of those guys was like the clerk that was getting water. Me? Fuck!
Oh, I get to go on the mission. Yeah. My time to shine. First one to die. Oh shit! He's got laser sword.
Obviously, going into my number 1. I mean, obviously, you two do not know the name of the show and don't know what this show is about because Mace Windu is my number one because this is a black show, guys. What we doing in these streets? The only black Jedi, y'all gonna downgrade? I mean, if they would at least gave us Finn, then they gave us Finn, I'd have been like, okay, all right, I'll back up off Mace Windu. But we get one brother and y'all like, yeah, well, he cool and all, but he number 3. See, y'all just doing what our oppressors do. Y'all just taking all that stuff and pushing it down to be like,
Mace Windu be the first one to call the cops when the house party too loud. He be like, oh, these kids, oh, they I need to come and get these kids.
Yeah, was he an old black cranky youngin? Yeah, he was old black and cranky, but he also was a cat that was like, I don't like that chosen one. That Joker ain't the chosen one, and I knock his head off if he come over and talking crazy to me. Only one of the Jedi Council that was like that. Everybody else was like, oh, he's here, he's cool.
Whatever. Like,
yeah, was like, look, and that's why, like, really, that's why he didn't bring Anakin with him because he was like, yeah, I'll take all these Jokers over this dude because I don't even like you. Like, you good and all, but I don't like you. You sit on the bench. Don't step over here because I'll get you handled too, and we better go ride out. But besides all that, I think Mace Windu.
What Mace Windu basically did was what your dad usually does when he's about to spank one of the kids, but the other kid just needs to get an ass whooping. But later, like, oh no, you sit there. I'm about to go whip this little badass kid over here, but I'm coming back for your ass. Right.
You do this for how long? You do this for how long? You just telling me now? Oh nah, you stay home because we about to ride out. But besides that. I like Mace Windu because one, besides just being a black Jedi, like people don't realize that he's arguably probably the greatest lightsaber duelist in all of the series. And because of the style he uses is Vapad, which like Jason talked about it before, it channels some of the dark side into his ability to fight more ferociously. So that's why if you watch that Palpatine fight, it's very scripted in the sense of at the beginning, it almost feels like Mace is losing, then it gets even, and then he starts dominating him. Because as the more he keeps going, he's taking the dark side from Palpatine and transferring it to more strength and more speed and more power for himself. So that's why if you watch that fight, it's kind of like Mace is bam, 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 and they kind of circle each other. And then Mace is like, oh, it's time to go to work. I got this power now. Slap, slap, take like, this L, homeboy.
And with that also, it shows you that, Mace Windu also has a complete control and mastery over himself. Because the way you use Vapad is that you come close to being being a Sith, basically. You come close to using the dark side, but you never cross that line. Unlike your pussy boy Anakin, who's all like, oh, my girlfriend doesn't love me anymore. I'm going to go and kill babies.
Also, I like Mace Windu because, like, again, to use a wrestling term, that way we understand, they built up Jango from the get-go on the Obi-Wan Kenobi fight. Like, they built up Jango as a threat that, like, he can handle Jedi. He's proficient in fighting them and whatever. Mace takes this Joker out in 2 strokes. Like, it wasn't even a competition. It was like grand opening, grand closing. Like, get up out of here. Son, pick your dad's head up and both of y'all bounce. Like, it wasn't.
Also, let's just start the trope that characters played by Sam Jackson hate dudes named Jango.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, I never put that together. My mind just exploded. Wait, did your mind just explode there? Mine just exploded there. Oh man. I don't even know where to go from here. I think we gotta shut down the show. Like,
oh, come on, Coach. Mace Windu was not terrible.
Coach a hater too, bro. That's why I need to put that comment up there. Coach put number 1 as Darth Maul. Darth Maul ain't even a Jedi. That's why I ignored all the conversation. When you say something like that, you get ignored, man.
Everybody, this picture right here. This is the guy you sit your head to.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
Don't put it back there like that.
Yeah, put Darth Maul as his number 1 Jedi. Hey, motherfucker, he need a Jedi, bro. Anyway, but that is our top 3, guys. If you guys disagree or enjoy, or put your top 3 of Jedi down. I would love to see your list, and I will criticize your list if Mace Windu is not number 1 because you forgot which section you're commenting on or which show you're commenting on. I know when this show we don't do a lot of talk about, hit the like button and subscribe and blah, 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 because we just feel like if we're good, you're going to think we're good, and you're going to tell people that we're good and get more people to watch us. So I don't feel like we at this point need to tell people that. But yes, by all means, remember to take care of us when you do it.
You should know
right.
Right.
Mom.
Figure it out, Mom.
By doing that, liking and sharing and subscribing if you can. Definitely share because that's how we get more people to it. Because I think we have a fresh take and we have fun and we talk about things that not everybody talks about it in their middle of their reviews randomly like we do, and I think that's part of the charm of the show. But thank you guys again for listening, watching, commenting, joining us. Shout out to Wade Simmons for joining us on the show. If you watched just only the Top Gun segment and did not see or hear Wade, look at our other segments. He's on there. Again, check out his work. I'm gonna have it in the description below. He's a filmmaker. He's training to be a pro wrestler. Star Wars enthusiast like we are, Star Wars historian like we are. So he's just a really dope individual, and I was so glad that he can join us and share some love with us. And so that there. And with that being said, we will see you all next week. Thank you all again, and peace. Man, you got to put some more respect on Maverick on Anakin, bro. You can't